Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping into a world where nature meets imagination, where raw material transforms into emotional expression, and where every curve, texture, and shadow tells a silent story. This is the world of wood abstract sculpture. Not just art, but a conversation between the artist and the material. Not just shapes, but meaning without words. In this video, we will explore the beauty, the process, the philosophy, and the creative journey behind wood abstract sculpture, from the first idea to the final masterpiece. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at a piece of wood the same way again. Wood abstract sculpture is not about copying reality. It does not try to imitate a person, an animal, or a specific object. Instead, it expresses ideas, emotions, and movement through form, texture, and composition. An abstract sculpture made from wood can be smooth or rough, simple or complex, minimal or chaotic. It may remind you of something familiar or nothing at all. And that is exactly the point. Abstract art invites interpretation. It allows each viewer to feel something different. A single sculpture can represent freedom to one person and struggle to another. Unlike realistic art, abstract sculpture gives space for imagination. It doesn't give answers, it asks questions. And wood, as a natural material, adds another layer of meaning. Every grain, knot, and imperfection becomes part of the story. No two pieces of wood are ever the same, and that makes every sculpture truly unique. Section 2. Why wood? The beauty of the material. Wood is alive, even after it has been cut. It carries history. It carries time. When an artist chooses wood, they are not starting from nothing. They are continuing a story that began years, sometimes decades earlier. The lines in the wood show its age. The texture shows its struggle. The color shows its environment. Some woods are light and soft, easy to shape. Others are dense and strong, requiring patience and power. Artists often select wood based on the emotion they want to express. Smooth wood can create calm, flowing forms. Rough wood can express tension, conflict, or raw energy. And sometimes, the artist doesn't control the wood. Sometimes, the wood itself guides the design. A natural crack, a twist in the grain, an unexpected shape. These imperfections become inspiration. In wood abstract sculpture, nothing is wasted. Everything becomes part of the art. Every sculpture begins with a moment, a thought, a feeling, an idea. Sometimes it comes clearly, like a vision. Other times, it's just a vague emotion. The artist may sketch ideas or go directly to the wood. They might spend hours just observing the material, turning it, studying it, listening to it. Then the process begins. Cutting, carving, shaping, removing what is unnecessary to reveal what is hidden inside. Unlike painting, sculpture is subtractive. You don't add, you take away. And once something is removed, it cannot be put back. This requires confidence, but also acceptance. Mistakes are not always failures. Sometimes they lead to new ideas, new directions, new beauty. The process is slow, deliberate, and deeply physical. Every movement matters. Every cut has meaning. Creating wood abstract sculpture requires a combination of traditional tools and modern techniques. Basic tools include chisels, gouges, mallets, and carving knives. Each tool creates a different texture. A sharp chisel can create clean, smooth lines. A rough tool can leave marks that add character. Power tools are also used, such as grinders and sanders. These allow for faster shaping and more complex forms. But speed is not always the goal. Sometimes, slow carving brings more control and more connection to the material. Sanding is another important step. It can transform a rough surface into something soft and elegant. Or the artist may choose to keep the raw texture, preserving the natural feel of the wood. Finishing is the final stage. Oils, waxes, or varnishes are applied to protect the wood and enhance its beauty. This step brings out the grain, deepens the color, and gives the sculpture its final P. There is no single style in abstract sculpture. Some artists focus on minimalism, simple shapes with clean lines. Others create complex, layered forms full of movement and energy. Some sculptures are geometric. Others are organic and flowing. Some feel calm and balanced. Others feel chaotic and intense. The style reflects the artist's personality and their message. An abstract sculpture can express love, freedom, fear, growth, or transformation. It can represent nature, time, memory, or identity. And sometimes, it simply exists to be beautiful. There's no right or wrong way to interpret it. What matters is the connection it creates. One of the most powerful aspects of wood abstract sculpture is the acceptance of imperfection. In many forms of art, mistakes are hidden. In abstract wood sculpture, they are embraced. A crack in the wood becomes a feature. A knot becomes a focal point. An uneven surface adds depth and authenticity. This reflects a deeper philosophy. Perfection is not always beautiful. Imperfection tells a story. It shows reality. It shows life. And in a world that often demands perfection, abstract wood sculpture reminds us that beauty can exist in flaws. When someone looks at an abstract sculpture, something interesting happens. They pause. They think. They feel. Unlike realistic art, which is immediately understood, abstract art requires engagement. The viewer becomes part of the experience. They bring their own emotions, their own memories, their own interpretation. Two people can see the same sculpture and feel completely different things. And that's what makes it powerful. It creates a personal connection, a silent dialogue between the art and the observer. Section 8, Display and Decor. Wood abstract sculptures are not just artworks, they are design elements. They can transform a space. In a modern home, a sculpture can become the centerpiece. In an office, it can add sophistication and creativity. In a gallery, it becomes part of a larger conversation. Placement matters. Lighting matters. Shadows can enhance the form, creating new shapes and dimensions. A sculpture can look completely different depending on where and how it is displayed. It is not just about the object itself, but the environment around it. In today's world, sustainability is important. Many artists choose reclaimed or recycled wood. Old furniture, fallen trees, discarded materials. These are given new life through art. This not only reduces waste, but also adds history and meaning to the sculpture. Each piece carries a past and becomes part of a new story. Sustainable art is not just about beauty. It's about responsibility. If you're inspired to start your own journey, begin simple. Choose soft wood that is easy to carve. Start with basic shapes. Don't aim for perfection. Focus on learning the material, understanding how it responds. Practice patience. Work slowly. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Because in abstract sculpture, there are no strict rules, only exploration. Working with wood is not always easy. Cracks can appear, tools can slip, ideas can change. Sometimes the result is not what you expected, but that is part of the journey. Every challenge is a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity. The key is persistence and openness to change. As technology evolves, so does art. New tools, new techniques, new possibilities. But the essence remains the same. Connection, expression, creativity. Wood abstract sculpture continues to grow, blending tradition with innovation. And as long as there are artists willing to explore, this art form will continue to inspire. Wood abstract sculpture is more than carving shapes. It is about discovering what lies within, both in the material and within ourselves. It teaches patience, it encourages creativity, and it reminds us that beauty does not need to be perfect to be powerful. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of wood abstract sculpture, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what did this art make you feel? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.